hypothetical 2021 season. I know that there hasn't been a lot of stuff on Twitch as of late, so I will say that I think this is on live. I'm not sure. I gotta double check how this thing actually is going right now. So let's just see. All right. I'm just gonna have one more peek over here before we get going. But yeah, I mean, like this is Franchise Hockey Manager 7. We have a few licenses. It's really interesting to see the Seattle Kraken logo here. And so that's interesting for expansion mode. But really, I want to take a look at some of the predictions around like the database. So, for example, what's the Las Vegas world predicting in terms of hypothetical winners? Maybe we'll take a look at maybe who's going to get the top fantasy stats players and see how this game plays out by simulating this game out a little bit. And so I think I just want to double check that we're actually online and then get cracking here. Yep. Okay, we're definitely online. Okay, so all right, getting back to what's happening. So Franchise Hockey Manager 7. Pretty nice interface. I'm doing this on a Mac, so it's nice to have a Mac native game from time to time. And from this point, I wanted to think of who's actually going to win the NHL this year, who's going to win a division. We're going to play this out. So let's take a look at Las Vegas. Here's a friendly site my buddies are quite familiar with. This is called, Bet365. And so let's take a look at some of the favorites. We got Central Division. We have Tampa Bay, the Stanley Cup champions, who hypothetically probably could maybe do it all over again. And this North Division, I think this might not be indicative actually of the setup, so maybe this is not the best one to look at. So we'll take a look at winning outright. And so Colorado Avalanche, that's a deep team. You got Makar, you got some other players that are doing really well on that side of things. Vegas, after their expansion year, their cup run, they're also pretty deep. Several players, and then the defending champion Tampa Bay Lightning, the darling of hoping their talent can get somewhere. The Toronto Maple Leafs, that's their fourth. That's probably to suck a lot of people's money right out. So, with that in mind, Avalanche, Knights, Golden Knights, Tampa Bay Lightning. That's the projection of who's going to win this thing. So let's get back and just having a peek, see if anyone's in the room or whatever. Maybe not. But let's go play this through. So let's do a new custom game. All right, so now actually I can read this chat. I'm likely pretty far behind, but if anyone has anything to say, I can do that for you. All right, so we're gonna add this NHL and AHL combo. No initial draft, no fictional players. I think this is a good way to go. We can start it this way. No challenge mode. An unemployed GM, I think this is the way we're gonna do this. Never mind this stuff, doesn't really matter who wins, what's the outcome. So here we go. It actually loads pretty quick. The game's quite fast in terms of getting through, which is interesting. There's some 2D modes, which would kind of be interesting to show today, but I don't think without a human team it's really happening, but maybe I can zone in on something like that. So, all right, right away, this doesn't really matter, but let's take a look at maybe some stuff around the National Hockey League. So positional rankings. What are we looking at? All right, Connor McDavid, #1 top player in the league. Is this at the center position? No, this is overall. So that's cool to have the overlays. So you got modals that come up, give you a little bit of the stats, make you feel like when you're on a website with JavaScript. So that's pretty cool. We got Connor McDavid, 5-star. We have Austin Matthews. I guess a lot of Toronto people play these games, so I guess he's definitely got to be up there. But no, that guy can definitely snipe. It's in. Oh, you got Mexico there as a country. Interesting. Yeah, his mom is from Mexico. Nathan McKinnon, that's another guy who's just tearing up the league right now. We got Nikita Kucherov, finally got his cup with Tampa Bay. Connor, who's playing great in net for the Jets. That's someone else. So looking around, these are some of the top players. We got, all right, Breeze in the chat. I've never really done this on Twitch before, so bear with me, but I'm going to save the video and put this on YouTube. All right, so let's play a bit, right? So maybe we'll simulate out a month. We got opening night, preseason start. Let's give it a month and take a look at some of the standings. Oh yeah, okay, so I was recommended from the staff at OOTP, excuse me, to do not disturb and then get cracking here. All right, we're going through a month. Let's see. So that's just a calendar month, so that's not really playing a month worth of games just yet. All right, so let's take a look how we're doing here. And I should probably save along the way just as a respect thing for the developers and in case anything happens. So. All right. We got points leaders on the left. Oh, that's kind of cool when that was happening, but then it just went away. So let's see the standings. It's still same old. You get some player stats, points per game happening in the first month. First month of action, we got Vegas in first place in the Pacific Division. The Atlantic, this is not really realistic. I should probably look for maybe another one for the Canadian Division this year with COVID, which is so rare. So, I mean, like, it's not really realistic, but we have the Leafs breaking out. Boston doing all right. So this is really early in the season. You got Matthews up there in points, Marner up there, and Soupy. That guy's got a nickname there. Look it up if you guys want to know what that's all about. I know Breeze talking about loving this game. Can't get the game. Free sim. I don't know, dude. Are you playing Franchise Hockey Manager 7? Yeah, no, this one's pretty good so far. So let's keep playing through. I'm just trying to see what actually happens and if it seems realistic or not for stats and all that. So yeah, let's give it one more month. So it looks like Rene still has the job in Nashville. And then, all right, so what do we got? Big month here. All right, so let's take a look at some other stuff. I feel like no one's really saying if they want to take a peek at something, I can go have a look. But yeah, what's happening this week? So strong game from Pasternak. Good night from Matthews. What's a good night? What's defined as a good night? The guy had how many points? 4 goals, but it was a good night, not a great night. This one says great night here, so yeah, he's chugging along. Let's see. All right, so we got monthly award winners. Let's take a look at some of the top prospects, actually. I want to kind of see where what's going on here. All right, so top prospects, including pros. So this is not just minor leagues or Canadian Hockey League players or just overseas right now. This is actually people in the league, I guess, under a certain age. Lafreniere, that's definitely going to be the top pick this year. I think he was already maybe taken by the Rangers anyway, yeah. And so that'll be an interesting player. He's having a pretty good start to the season. Take a look at some ratings here. Yeah. Hey, Chunky J Mac, what's going on, man? This is not cards. This is someone else. So I'm just trying to get us through some hockey and get some stuff on the site. So it's good to have you here. Got that first pick. I always find this really odd. This like orange, like hurt kind of area physical player or whatever. It just weirds me out. Like it's like some sci-fi kind of thing going on there. All right. Let's go back. I think this is the way you use this function. I'm not really like a subject matter expert on Franchise Hockey Manager. I played a lot of East Side Hockey Managers, so bear with me on that. Let's see some of these other stats from this year if you guys want to see what the simulator is like. and that's what we want to bring you today. We got the Canucks as one of the top teams in the league, #1 ranked. Well, I know Markkanen left, so I guess this is like Thatcher Demko. Yeah, Demko and net, Holtby and net. So we have the newer lineup. And we know Markstrom, the goalie, went to Calgary. For hockey fans, if you guys aren't hockey fans, it's probably really going to bore. Yeah, Vancouver right now in first. All right, so with that in mind, we can still keep pushing forward towards the All-Star break. The whole idea is to show the Stanley Cup playoffs, some of the awards, what the outcome is of this game. And if anyone wants me to go look at any screens, I'll go do that for them. But what we'll do next is go through one more month. Oilers are getting hot at the right time. St. Louis Blues, Cup champs from a couple of seasons back. They're still being a dangerous team. Leafs are in first in their division. We got Binnington. Yeah, their goalie's doing really well for St. Louis right now. I'll say percentage is, 930 is known as a really good save percentage. We're at 914 here. Goals against average, that's pretty good. These emails, it's interesting. It's a pretty good inbox configuration in this game. It's pretty convenient to see it this way. Kind of feels like your manager home, and there's a lot of stuff going on here. So the Do Not Disturb has definitely allowed us to kind of push through. This talks about a coach actually being in jeopardy. So I guess, I don't know if he's fired yet. If you have a look, he's not fired yet. Reputation known internationally. I'm not familiar with Dean Evison. Remember the Bruce Boudreau days and some of these other guys, Mike Yeo, I think. But yeah, I guess this is now the newest Wild manager, coach, for the most part. Yeah, I would say actually it actually feels really smooth. It's moving fast. The simulator is doing quite well. I thought that there's a 2D mode chunky that's looking pretty cool. It's playing one game. It was actually kind of interesting to see it play around and power plays and all that. So I apologize if that's something that's like well known for everyone who plays this game, but yeah, let's use that back function because that seems like a good way to get back to where we were. Joel Quenneville's trying to hang on to his job. He was just hired, the old Chicago coach. So, it's really, really convenient to have the stars of the game, their names. I'm puzzled, though, why their faces aren't in here. Is this something I'm just, like, missing as a mod that I don't really understand? If you have their name, why don't you have the NHL.com photos? Can anyone answer me that? Feel free to write in the chat if you know there's a way to get the faces better, because that's something that might look nice on the go forward. That's something I've been doing in other games as well. Okay. All right. Well, you guys are seeing what's happening on this screen here. We got Austin Matthews tearing up the league in points, pulling away. That doesn't do the mouse overs on these, I guess, while it's simulating. How far are we getting here? I'm going to press escape just so we don't miss the All-Star break. How close did I come? Okay, 12 days before. All right, we have player poll results. What is that all about? Let's see if that's pretty cool. All right, newspaper poll. It seems like something about like what's coming for the All-Star game, but I guess this is like actually what's happening in the league. Cleanest player. Does anyone know what that means? And if you do, that's please let me know. Connor McDavid's definitely the fastest. Let's see what else is going on here. Toughest goalie to beat. Seems very subjective. Coach you'd like to play for. Bruce Cassidy. All right, player coach maybe. Just or good motivator. But let's move on. Let's get this thing going rather than just dinking around. Okay, so the All-Star announcement. What happens with this? All right, processing. There's like a lot that just came in the mailbox. So we have skills competition stuff already happening. We have the rosters. All right. Now I don't know if this is presented any differently if you have a human team that you're playing with, but we're unemployed, you know, don't have a job. Looking at these all-stars, let's see if this is pretty realistic, especially for age. I guess like which younger players look like they're kind of up and coming now in this list. Um, and so we see, yeah, Mitch Marner made the All-Star East team or blue team. Oh yeah, the captains have drafted. So Matthews has drafted his own player, Mitch Marner. Huberdeau doesn't show any of the stats here, but I can mouse over and see how they're doing. Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah, clean versus dirty. So like Lady Bing trophy. Yeah, I guess that's a translation thing because that's definitely as a hockey player. I guess like yeah, that would make a lot of sense. No cheap shots. Someone who doesn't take a lot of penalties. All right, what else we got? Tarasenko, Ovechkin made it. And so I'm just kind of showing people kind of what's going on here. Connor McDavid. And I guess Lafreniere didn't make it his first year, just wasn't picked. Looked like he was on there. Maybe those ratings. Maybe that was just ratings and not stats. But anyways, let's see what happened in the skills competition. All right, fastest goalie? No, that's a defenseman, Shea Theodore. All right. Connor McDavid, yeah. Oh, he's just killing it. He's just blazing by everybody. Breakaway challenge. Kind of like a shootout. Shooting accuracy. Shifley. Jets. Okay. All right. So I think what happens after that? There's the actual game. All right. So that's the competition. So I'm wondering, there's way more information here, guys. Like, you guys can take a look at this. You can get more in depth with the game itself. But it's pretty neat. I mean, it is in a good place to go find at another moment if you like under your manager news. And actually, it's like really all hyperlinked and very timely and stuff. So it seems pretty convenient for this game. Yeah, yeah. Ovi is definitely trying to get over like get towards 900 or something crazy like that. He's yeah, definitely. If he played in a different era, oh my God, like if you've seen the goalie pads from back in the day, there's those guys literally just shoot the puck along the ice and it goes through their legs. So Ovechkin's quite a player. That's definitely true. Okay, moving along. Does it give me the result here or not? Okay, so it didn't give me the result there. I'm not sure if it shows up in another part of the game. Maybe in the schedule. Yep. Oh, but it doesn't actually have a result. So I'm wondering if I could actually play this game or something. Play specific dates. Okay, so it went through. It did sit. It took me to it for the date, and then it stopped. And we have a summary of the game. So NHL All-Star games are really kind of almost like a game of shinny. It's not phys physical in any way. They're just kind of passing the puck around, and so it's kind of like an NFL Pro Bowl. It's a contact sport. It's not really that significant, but yeah, there's a lot of Panarin here. Sidney Crosby went nuts. So for everyone representing Pittsburgh, Sidney Crosby's still doing his thing in this game. Panarin had a great night, and they had to point that out. So 5 points, 21 minutes, and that's the All-Star game. So let's get to the trading deadline. Maybe let's take a look at the types of transactions that are happening around the league. Yeah, stand-up style goalies. Definitely no butterfly. No one goes down and like save anything. It's just stiff legs. It's like they're on stilts. So if anyone's looking for cards, it's not here. He's not here today. probably saving him from having to get involved in any of that hockey, doing that hockey. So I might as well show some Franchise Hockey Manager 7 and for the OOTP development people here. So getting that going here on the GM Games Twitch channel, soon to be moving to the YouTube channel. All right. What do we have next? This is the trade deadline. So why don't we go through some transactions and see, are there some things that look pretty realistic? I know in Canada and Chunky, I'm actually not far away from where you are, so I'm in the GTA, so we kind of have a thing for hockey here. We'll know how hard it is to try to win at hockey as well. And so, yeah, it's always about the AI, right? So general managing in these games, you really want the AI to be somewhat intelligent, not to get ripped off for trades and picks, but you want them to be intelligent enough to represent the GMs they have in a way that kind of respect their personalities and attributes, and in some way trade to improve their team. So if Ken Holland moved or Steve Yzerman moved to run another club, you can see that intelligence coming through. And I guess, like anything, no trades are perfect, and some stuff could be pretty bonehead. So let's take a look. I'm not sure if this represents the trade deadline as well. But what I'll do is I'll probably go through maybe a week and then just see all the stuff that comes in at the deadline here. All right. Okay, let's go back to that transactions log. I think this is the way to get a sense of what the hell's going on, but there's also call ups and call downs. We could look at trades. Now that's making a trade with them. I'm definitely not whipping around on this thing. So let me just try to figure this out. Okay, so if I go back to this section, transactions, right? I think that would, okay, maybe I'll go back a couple to where I came from. Let's see if it remembers. Okay, this thing. Now, can I pick trades on that? Okay, types. Okay, we have Killington, defensive prospect went for Breezebois. That's a trade. So, okay, so I see trades on the right-hand side. That's definitely not Mike Pekka. Like, it would be way too old. Matt Price, related in son or something like that. Okay, trade, Beagle. Let's see if there's any big ones here. Sent down, sent back and forth. Not a lot of action around this deadline. If you take a look, there's not much action going on at all. And I don't know if that's representative of like the way I set the game up, but we're not seeing a lot of movement here. So, oh well. Let's keep it going. Award nominees. So, okay, so that's just before when the playoffs start. We're going to have a chance to see who's had a really great year. We're going to see, maybe I'll go, okay, so that's March 26th. Let's go to the 8th. Let's see the playoff race. Take a look at the standings, see who's kind of on the bubble, if it'll show me exactly who's in or out of the playoff race and who has actually clinched. So let's go back to standings here. Here we go, wild card, pre-playoffs. Okay, so we have the wild card race developing in the East, but I guess we also want to know who's going to win the divisions. I'm not sure. What am I looking? Okay, so yeah, this is a full picture of the East, and then I guess there's some way to toggle the West. No, it's just below. Okay, all right. So yeah, the Toronto Maple Leafs, everybody, is the top team in the East. I think that you can insert a lot of jokes there, and then say how this game would need work, because would that actually happen or not? But yeah, I don't know. Kyle Dubas is pulling it off this year. He has 40 wins in 73 games. Boston, second. Habs, third. And the bubble, we got the Jackets and the Lightning on the outside looking in. Maybe what's happened with this club? Does it show the stats for them? If I go to somewhere or other. Anyways, I can mouse over. So what? I don't know. Was Vasilevsky hurt? It seems like they would be way better. I mean, Victor Hedman, Sergachev, McDonough, Braden Point's kind of emerged as a real like star player these days. Point a game, huge playoffs last year. So it does seem Tampa's a little misjudged, but if they can get into the playoffs, who am I to say? Maybe they had a bit of a hangover, and so that's what happened here. So with goalies, we got Martin Jones. We have this the Latvian goalie for Columbus. I guess. Yeah, I thought they had the Finnish guy in the playoffs last year. They got past. They got in to the 8th spot after beating the Leafs, and then that was that. Goalie wins. So essentially, you got players on the left. You have the goalie stats on the right. As you're looking at standings at any given moment, kind of keeps you up to date with what's happening in the league, and so that's very nice. Matthews has scored 50 goals this season. Probably moving that mouse around, just annoying people. So let me not do that. We got Patrick Kane, Eichel, Gunsel, 40 points. So yeah, I mean, these guys are going off. And so let's get to this playoffs and see what happens. So the award nominees. Now, if anyone's just tuning in, this is a test. Well, I wouldn't say a test, like we're just not judging per se, but we're going to show the Franchise Hockey Manager 7 hypothetical 2021 season. This is going to be on YouTube. We're going to see what happens as a result. And that looks like the playoffs are about to whip through. So let me press escape really quick. That didn't seem right. So I went and pressed the award nominees, and it skipped through a bunch of dates. So that really sped the season up. I think I did that in my basketball simulation as well when I was trying to show a season representation. Oh, shit. Okay, so I don't know how far that went. And hopefully I caught the playoffs before it ended, but we didn't really get a chance to ease in and see what happened here. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, we do know that the Canes and Avs are still in the playoffs. Actually, both these teams are really good. The Canes have boosted their blue line quite a bit, and they have Aho, a lot of stars, younger players that are doing quite well. And then maybe we can get a bit of a 2D simulation here, how far we are from what's going on. But if we look at, I want to see how I can get more of a holistic view of everything. I guess if I keep backing it out, I can see kind of what's been going on. There's only 2 teams there, so hopefully, what did I do? Just catch them before the Cup final, I guess, or what? Let's see. No next week, no next month. All right. How far back do I need to go? Well, we do know the Leafs are out. I mean, that's what it looks like at this point. We had Canes on this day, and you can't see what they are in the series. So I think it would be kind of nice if they were able to put in the progress of the playoffs to say, you know, they're up 2-1 or whatever. Or there's some sort of there's got to be some sort of table I'm not looking at, like or tree or playoff tree of some sort. Maybe it's this awards thing. Oh, that's the leaders. Does anyone know if they want to spell it out in the chat room? Other than that, I think I just got to try to figure out what is the... okay. Well, all right. Oh, we just caught the Stanley Cup. Best of 7. Avs are up 1-0. Canes and Avs. I think, you know what? That's a pretty good... I like that, actually. I actually think that has a really good chance. And I think Avs are a lot of people's picks. So if we remember, we were looking at exactly what's going on with predictions in terms of the world of betting. We know that the Avs were projected to be the top team. And so Canes, where are they? Not here. The Hurricanes at plus 1,800. So I don't know if you guys think that there's a chance that the simulator knows what it's doing with a lot of scouting. You think they could be in the finals? Maybe plus 1,800, which means a $10 bet would get you $180 back in Vegas or on an online sports book. Okay, but anyways, I'm moving back to the game. Uh, and I've no idea how I'm going to be able to get back to the screen because I'm just really not used to this yet. And so what I'm going to do is I'm definitely going to play the next day. Oh, shit. It's moving fast. Colorado is your champion. I press next day, and I guess maybe if I don't have a team, it does many days. So I just dropped it on you guys. So Colorado has won. The favorite in Las Vegas is the winner in this game. And, Colorado might not be a consensus pick for everyone, but I respect the fact this game did do that, especially because there's a lot of teams out there. And it does somewhat represent, I guess, the way the ratings are set up in the game, if that's the outcome. So what we can do is take a look at the Avs lineup. The celebratory champs. Is Grubauer the starting goalie? I guess so. So from Washington's backup, well, he had a good season though recently as well for the Avs. But the Avs are the winners. And Chunky J Mac admits that the Canes are young and full of good guys, young players that can score. Yeah. And the Leafs lost to Boston. Yep. So we're talking about a realistic simulator here. As the Leafs seem to lose to Boston every year, and a big nightmare for Leaf fans, including myself as one, admittedly. So the Avs have won the Stanley Cup. And so, yeah, this is Franchise Hockey Manager 7. I want to thank everybody for coming on today. I don't think I'm going to really push this too much, as I thought there's a good way to dual purpose, getting the channel going a little bit more. We have about 115 followers on the channel. If you haven't followed our Twitch channel, I recommend you guys come and add yourselves. We have pro football, we have pro basketball coming underway, college basketball quite a bit from our resident expert on these games, which is Cards 1125. He's got tips videos, he's got other things, and I think he's brought a lot of people into these games as well. So I do want to welcome everybody. Chunky J-Mac is asking whether I'll do a Long Beach one day. I think I'm going to wait till CB21, and I think, the fact Cards pours his heart into CB21, I think that is probably my best game. And I don't want to yap too long because this is really about the hockey thing, but what I would say is that the channel has a lot of stuff going on. There's going to be different stuff coming out. I'm going to get involved from time to time. I have a webcam and stuff, but today is just kind of nice to chill out and do this. And I want to thank everyone for joining today, and I want to thank Breeze and Chunky J-Mac for being my first audience members of all time. And yeah, thank you so much. And I wish everyone a happy new year and a solid 2021, much better one than 2020. All right, thanks again.